we played a lot better defense in the second half. Give them credit. They outplayed us tonight. I'm sorry to, all of our fans and everybody. We obviously didn't do a good enough job getting our guys ready to play. So I apologize for that. And we just got to do a better job. We're a better football team than that. And made too many mistakes. We stopped them in the fourth. That's a tough call we got there. There in the fourth quarter, we stopped them on 4th and goal, and we got a penalty. And it's hard to stop a good team like that 2 times on 4th and goal. So, but we came back and scored, and just didn't get it done.
The Hewitt Huskies hosted Spain Park last Friday night in a region game in Allen. It was a heartbreaker, the Huskies losing 31-28.
Yeah, it was a game of momentum. The Spain Park came to Hewitt Trussville. They jumped out quick, got up 21-7. Huskies fought back, tied it up at halftime, but then fell short in overtime.
Well, the Husky defense really was kind of caught on their heels a little bit in the first quarter, giving up 21 points. Like you said, they called a timeout, kind of regrouped. Coach Floyd went over and said, look, all we got to do is wrap up and stay in our assignments and we'll be okay. And they really were after that timeout and played really well in the second half and made a couple of big 4th down stops. But the Huskies, just couldn't get that final score before the end of regulation, and they lost it in overtime.
Yeah, when Coach Floyd called that timeout, he really went back and said things that a lot of coaches say every week. This game's still about blocking and tackling.
Sure.
And wrapping up and making those tackles is what the Huskies needed to do. Seemed to be getting in position, just had some missed tackles.
Special teams, again, kind of bites the Huskies again. Had another blocked punt in this one, missed a field goal. How important were those 2 things?
Well, that was huge. And we said in preseason, in this league, special teams can win you some games, they can lose you some games. And, with Zach being the quarterback and also the punter, he don't have that drop like a normal punter does, and so I think that's our 2nd or 3rd block, and so I know that's something our coaches will work on this next week.
Speaking of Zach Thomas, had a great night throwing the football again. He was 16 for 24 for 254 yards, couple of touchdown passes, an amazing catch by Noah Igbenogany. Costly interception in overtime, I'm sure, is one Zach would like to have back.
Yeah, a solid performance by Zach Thomas. He's played great all year, and it was another solid performance by him. He would like to have that back. It was a good defensive play. The linebacker just kind of disguised it a little bit, dropped back in the coverage, and got that interception. But and don't let that take away from the performance though that Zach Thomas had, because he just played a great game.
Jarian Street, another stellar performance on offense, 140 yards on 21 carries. He just keeps on keeping on.
He does, and he seems to be getting better every week, and he gets stronger during the game. He just seemed like as the night went on, he got stronger and stronger running the ball, which is what he's done just about in every other game.
Want to mention Elliott McElwain, too. Another nice game offensively. Got into the offense, had 5 catches for 73 yards. One of those guys that's kind of unsung as you look at him during the game, because he's doing a lot of blocking, doing a lot of the grunt work, but nice to see him get some catches in this game.
Yeah, and that H-back or fullback position in this offense, it don't get a lot of glory. And he does a great job blocking, opening up some holes for Jarian Street and for Zach Thomas. But what a great weapon to have him come out of the backfield and catch passes, and he did that exceptionally well Friday night.
So it was a really tough loss for the Huskies, a region loss. Spain Park undefeated in the region now, Huskies with 1 loss. What does this do in terms of playoff implications?
Well, obviously it jumbles things up, but I think you'd hear Coach Floyd and all the coaches at Trussville tell them, you know what, all we can do is control what we do, and we got to go out and win the rest of the games. The Huskies have an opportunity to do that. I think Spain Park is a really good team. I think they're elite in this division of Class 7, and so I think the Huskies are going to have to go out and still got some tough games left, but they got to go out and play their game and win those games.
The Huskies get a bye week this week. They get 2 weeks to prepare for Oak Mountain and that running offense that they do, that veer offense, I guess. So it's a good time for the Huskies to have a break.
Well, it really is. They're banged up a little bit, nicked up a little bit. It'll give them a couple of weeks to kind of regroup, get some people well, rest up a little bit, and then they've got a tough stretch starting with Oak Mountain in 2 weeks.
All right, when we come back, we'll have your weather forecast for Friday night. We'll also talk about the Pinson Clay game and the buzzsaw that the Pinson Valley Indians ran into. We'll be back.